Yo, guys, should I just start an ASMR channel? I feel like that's the move. Like, is ASMR the new wave and I'm just totally missing out on it? So confused. I keep seeing new ASMR channels pop up all the time. Anyway, guys, today I want to make a quick video. I've been getting a few questions as of recent. People are wondering how I go about finding the cliff jumping spots that I go to. So I thought I would just kind of walk through that process. So without further ado, let's head over to the computer and jump right into it. All right, so the first thing that I like to do is just a quick Google search for cliff jumping and then the area that you're in. For me, it's Oregon. Tons of great cliff jumping spots in this area. I understand it might not be the case for you, but don't fret. It might just take a little bit more research, a little bit more digging to find a spot. So right away, first website that I really like to use is called Outdoor Project. It's kind of like a blog style website where you can see a bunch of pictures and posts about different areas in your location. So there's a lot of rivers and lakes and hikes and whatnot, swimming holes. So you can kind of just scroll through, see if any picture jumps out at you. So like right away, this one does because I can see these cliffs here as well as this cliff over here. This one looks actually like a pretty decent sized cliff, as well as this log that runs across the river. You might be able to jump off of that. Then down below, there's like usually someone that types little piece about the location and some more pictures here, so you can see the cliff that I was looking at earlier. The river looks pretty deep. It looks like there might be a little bit of debris right here, or some rocks or something like that. So definitely depth check when you get there, because we all know what happens when you don't do that. It's not good. So yeah, you'll definitely want to check these places out like more in depth when you get there, but at least you can see that there's definitely some cliffs to jump off of. Like the river looks very deep in this area, and in this photo right here you can see that there's some people hanging out on the side and swimming and whatnot, and there's some other cliffs on the other side of the log too. So yeah, I mean this looks like a really fun place to go, and if you're just starting out, these are perfect sized cliffs. So that's kind of how I find like more popular, well-known cliff jumping spots. But if you're looking to find like a more secret, not so well-known cliff jumping location, the way that I do this, and it takes a lot of patience, but I load up Google Maps, and I kind of use the website that we were just on, Outdoor Project, to evaluate like where these rivers and lakes are, and then I'll search them on Google Maps and like scroll up and down the lake to like see if there might be any more locations along the river that maybe people have not found yet. So for example, a few years back, my buddy Dustin and I, we wanted to find some new cliffs to jump off of, and he had been out to this spot in Washington called Banks Lake, and he had seen some potential cliffs to jump off of, and heard that there's a lot of sweet spots in that area. So literally what we did is we just loaded up Google Maps, searched for Banks Lake, and we spent like an hour or two on satellite mode, just kind of zooming in and out of this area and seeing if anything jumped out at us. It takes a lot of time, and a lot of the times you'll end up going to these places and you won't be able to jump off of them, which is a huge bummer. But that's why I recommend trying to find like at least 3 or 4 zones in an area that have potential. That way you can justify making a trip out here, because like this was a 5-hour drive for us. So we wanted to make sure that if we went out here, there was definitely a good possibility of finding something that we could jump off of. So we kind of located like 3 or 4 potential zones that we wanted to check out, and we drove out there in the middle of the night, woke up the next morning, and sure enough, the first zone that we saw, we went and checked it out. Water was deep, cliffs were big, and it ended up being one of the funnest places I've ever went cliff jumping. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience on Google Maps to kind of go through your area, find lakes, find rivers, and just scroll up and down them and see if anything looks like, vertical cliffs. See if the water has a lot of a very dark color, because then you probably know that it's a deep area, and there's a good chance it will be deep enough to jump off of. So that's kind of the main way I find more secret cliffs, but there are other ways as well. You can go on YouTube, read YouTube comments on cliff jumping videos. A lot of times people will talk about kind of their secret hidden gems on there. Read more low-key blog posts. You can do more in-depth Google searches and whatnot. Yeah, that's kind of the way I find like my secret gems in cliff jumping. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Be sure to leave a comment if you have any other questions or want more information about cliff jumping. I'd be happy to help you find a cliff that fits your comfort level, so just let me know. But other than that, I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for all the love and support. It means the world. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
gold coins, gold phone, gold car, lease 10 racks to get 16 gold bars. Gold rush, suck on my gold dust, hit these gold trunks, 2 golden nuggets.